Maria Moreno. I am a research scientist at Yale University. I also am a lecturer. I teach biology laboratory courses for students that are graduating in biology. And it was traditional practice that if you bought flour in bulk, you would make, again, a sachet of bay leaves, the whole leaf, and you would put it on like the underside of the top of the container, and that would also keep insects away. So I guess it was more of like a cultural thing that I grew up with, but nothing that I actually have studied as a biologist. But if you have a way, especially this has a lot of applications in rural places where people are buying materials by bulk and they're distributing in their communities, and then they have a system for storing. So in that sense, I think it would be a very valuable resource. I think it will have an impact again on the small communities that are living on a day-to-day basis on staple foods, things like corn, sorghum, rice. There's many cereals that are grown that are basically harvested, and they use the seed for their own food consumption and for replanting the crop for the next season. So if they have a better, healthier way of keeping the crop that they're going to consume, yes, absolutely. I think world hunger is perhaps the biggest problem that we have today, and it's actually unfortunate that in the science field it's not taken as seriously as it should be. I would like to learn more about how you guys are approaching the question, because I think it's a very interesting proposition to use, and I think if you guys want to investigate deeper on what is the component or components of the bay leaves that are actually giving the preservative effect, I think you could really further develop the project and really identify what is the source in the leaf that is giving you that benefit, and maybe you can find a different way of making it available through different means. Doing the job, it's something that is volatile in nature. So yes, and you also have to consider, like where I'm from, we had our own bay leaf tree. I mean, I don't know if this is common practice or not in the world, but my mom had in the plants that you had in your house, there were a few that I still think are cultural customs that have been passed. It's a very nice idea, especially now that we live in a world where everybody is concerned about being green. You know, how much greener can you get? Right? The people that are really going to use this are people that don't have resources. Right? This is good too, because like the other thing I remember is they used to put bay leaves wherever they had ants. Where you had the bay leaf, you never saw an ant. Yeah. So where you had the bay leaf, you never saw an ant. Yeah, because I know the lavender seed could be actually a nice filler. Okay. And the lavender seed is nice because it also has deterrent insect properties. Yeah. You know, are you going to take this any further, or this ends here? So what will happen after you guys go to Expo? To find out, there are interesting things you could do, because now the step would be, okay, let's make an extract and run a mass spec and see what we get here. Yeah.